What's going on, traders? Ralphdatrader here, back with another video. Today's video is a requested video from a trader. Wanted me to recap pound USD and pound JPY of this previous week. So that's what I will be doing. I will be using a 30-minute time frame. But like I always tell you guys, you can use whatever time frame that you prefer. All right. So I will be doing the London and the New York session with both of these pairs. Okay, London and New York session with both of these pairs. All right. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So on Monday, you want to mark off your high, you want to mark off your low before the Europe London session opens. Okay, before the Europe London session opens up. So as you can see, we had a high that was put in place here. Okay, before our session opens, and our low of the day was here. As you can see, during the Asian session window, price was in an uptrending move. So once we put in this high, this here became our current low. So now this is our current low of the day. Okay, here's our current low. All right, our low of the day is down here when the session open, when the market, when this Monday open up. But price continue to push the price continue to extend higher. Okay, so this is our current low and this is our current high before the Europe London session opens up. And as you can see, price was trading inside of this 100 pip box previously. Then we broke into a new 100 pip box. All right. Always pay attention to where you are inside of your 100 pip boxes. Okay. So now we broke out into a new 100 pip box. All right. During the gap time, we triggered our previous day's high. So now we're waiting on our session to open. Let's get right into this. So our session opens up here at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see we are trading on the inside of our current high and our current low. Okay, so we want to wait until we have some confirmation. Okay, we want to wait on confirmation, guys. Even though our previous day high has been triggered, all right, we're not just hitting the sell button. We want to wait on confirmation. So as the session opens up, you can see that at 2:30 they give us an engulfing candle. All right, they give us an engulfing candle, continuing with this uptrending move. Okay, continuing with this uptrending move. No trade for us. Okay, there's no trade for us based off the way that we trade, but depending on the style of trader you are, right, there's a trade setup, but no trade setup. All right, so we're still waiting on confirmation. All right, equity hour opens up here. Okay, we're still on the inside. Price continues to, they continue to extend price even higher. Okay, they extend price even higher. All right, so now we get our current high of the day triggered as well as our previous day's high triggered. Okay, we're still waiting on confirmation. All right, we're still waiting. Now we get this engulfing candle. Okay, we get this engulfing candle. Now we're still on the inside of our high and our low. We still have no sell opportunity. You know, we got this engulfing candle, guys. There's still no sell opportunity. You have to pay attention to market structure. Look at what market structure is doing when the market open. Market structure is making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, we're making higher highs and higher lows. As you can see, when this session opens up, we put in a high. All right, it came down, put in a low. So we put in a high, we put in a low, we put in a high, we put in a low, we put in a high, we put in a low, we put in a high, we put in a low, and they extend price even higher. Okay, we're making higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs and higher lows. So even though we got this engulfing candle, we're still not selling. Pay attention to market structure. Now they extended price beyond our current day's high. Okay, extended price beyond our current day's high. Now we're outside of our 12 candle window. Okay, we're outside of our 12 candle window. Now, some trades do happen in that gap time. Some trades do happen inside of the gap time. And depending on your time frame that you're using, okay, now once they extend this price even higher, all right, you can wait 15 minutes, all right, wait 15 minutes on this next candle, right? And you could have had a short trade opportunity. All right. But for me, there's no trade opportunity for me. Okay. No trade opportunity for me here in London session, even though price extended beyond, all right, our current high of the day. They gave us this engulfing, but then price falls back on the inside, which you had a nice little quick 15 pips gap. All right. But for me, no trade opportunity. But like I say, depending on the time frame that you're on, you had a short trade opportunity. But remembering, okay, that price is making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, we had no breaking structure, right? And also noticing that once we broke inside of this new 100 pip box, we're in our buy area. We're in our buy zone. This right here is the buy zone of that 100 pip box. All right, so always pay attention to market structure. So for me, no trade setup. All right. Now going into the New York session, you want to do the same thing. Mark off your high and mark off your low. All right. So we have our high, and then we have our low. Okay, going into the New York session. Now, coming into the New York session, we have two sessions of data. Okay, coming into our New York session, we have two sessions of data. All right, we had no major red news on Monday. All right, no major red news on Monday. So once you come into your chart, you mark off your high and you mark off your low. Now you're saying, okay, we have price is making higher highs and higher lows. All right. Oh, and you say, oh, my previous day's high has been triggered. So I'm looking for a short trade opportunity. Yes, I'm looking for a short trade opportunity only if it presents itself. Okay, only if it presents itself. So once I come to my chart, I mark off my high and I mark off my low. I know I have no major red news. I know I'm inside of a new 100 pip box. I see that I'm in a buy area of my 100 pip box. I see during the gap time, price came down with a nice 1, 2, 3 with a pin hammer in the gap time. They continue with a bullish. They continue with this bullish uptrending move because I have no breaker structure. Okay, 8:30. I mean 8 a.m. The market opens up, they continue bullish. Okay. I'm on the inside of my previous days. I'm on the inside of my current high, my current low of the day. But if you're looking at market structure, paying attention to where you are in the 100 pip box, you had a first hour quick scalp trade. All right. Came down 1, 2, 3, pin hammer off of double zero, which is our strong level of support and resistance. Okay. Which is our strong level. All right. You had a quick scalp trade. All right. You had a nice quick scalp trade. All right, in that first out. Now, even though we're on the inside, it's a trade setup for me. All right. I'm not saying for anybody else. I'm saying for me because I'm looking at where I'm at in that 100 pip box. I see I have a nice pin hammer coming off a double zero. They continue with this bullish trend. With this bullish trend, prices making higher highs and higher lows. I had no breaker structure. All right. That was a nice quick scalp. Okay. Now, if you did not take that, that is fine. We want to wait on our sale opportunity. You want to wait until price give you a sale opportunity. As you can see, price went up with a nice 1, 2, 3. Okay, uno, dos, tres. All right. It already had them taken out our previous day's high. So we already had that in the back of our mind that we're looking for short trade opportunity. So when this session opens up, we get a nice 1, 2, 3. All right. No major red news. So we want to wait on confirmation. 9:30, New York Stock Exchange opens up. They give us this bearish candle. All right. But there's no pin hammer, no engulfing. We got wicks on both sides of this candle. So we have there's no confirmation, even though it gives us this bearish candle. So during our third hour, they extend price even higher. All right. This is getting better for us. They extend price even higher. All right. Now we're outside of our current high of the day. Okay. And we're definitely outside of our previous day's high. So they extend price even higher. Now we're in that third hour. Okay. We're starting it in that third hour. Okay. So now 10:30. All right. At 10:30, we get this bearish candle, right? This railroad track, whatever you want to call it. Some people call them the railroad track candlesticks. But paying attention to how price is forming, you get an extended M. Right? This is just an extended M. All right. So now you have your confirmation. Right now you have your confirmation. Now, next thing we want to do, we want to get filled at the best price possible. We want to get filled at that best price possible. So for me, I typically like to wait on a 50% pullback of this candle. Okay. So that happened outside of our 12 candle window. Now you could have taken this trade or not taken this trade. But once price pulled back above our high, all right, we could have taken the entry for a quick scalp. All right, we would have been targeting, the low. But we can see that price did not get there, but you did get over 25 pips. So take your 25 pips and be gone. Now, going into Tuesday, we want to do the same thing. We want to mark off our high and mark off our low. All right, so we have our current high of the day, which is also our session high. All right, and we want to mark off our low. So we have our low of the day, which is also our session low. So we did have some major red news at 2 a.m. All right, so as you can see, when price opened up, we was just accumulating inside. All right. So when you come to your London session, you can see that price was just accumulating, all right, inside of your high. Now, once the session opens up at 2 a.m., we had our news. Boom. News gives us a trigger. All right. News triggers our high of the day and our session high. Okay. Now we want to wait until after the equity hour. We want to wait until after equity hour. Here's 3 a.m. 3 a.m. gives us a nice engulfing candle. 3 a.m. gives us a nice engulfing candle. Here's our trade. And at 3:30, we're in the trade. All right. We have our session high of the day. So we had a session high of the trade. Price was accumulating, triggered a high, engulfing, take the trade. That's it. That is it. That is it, you guys. We're inside of accumulation. Our high of the day has been triggered. Okay. Even though our low of the day had got triggered here too, but we want to wait on confirmation. Okay, we want to wait on confirmation. So our high got triggered, our low got triggered, so the hit stops on both sides, but they gave us a bearish engulfing for a nice short opportunity. Right at 3:30, you were in this trade. All right. New York session, you can just X that out. All right. This was nothing. You had no opportunity here. No opportunity. Now, going into, all right. Now going into Wednesday, all right, same thing. Mark off your high. All right, so now you have your high of the day, which is also your session high. And you want to mark off your low of the day. Okay, and it was the same thing. You had your low of the day, which is also your session low as well. Okay, and we had, once again, we had some news out. We had news at 2 a.m. Okay, now always tell you guys, pay attention to price action. All right, pay attention to price action. As you can see, on Tuesday, price closed inside of our previous day's high and our previous day's low, giving us an inside day. So on an inside day, you're looking for a nice trade opportunity, whether it be a short trade or a long trade. Okay. But if you did not know that and you did not notice that we closed on the inside, then you just continue doing what you do. Mark off your high, mark off your low. Okay. So we got that. We've got our high and we got our low. Okay, we had some news out, major red news at 2 a.m. So as you can see, when the news opened up, the news triggered our previous day's low. Okay, triggered our previous day's low. All right, so once our previous day's low get triggered, I'm looking for a long trade opportunity, but only if it presents itself. Only if it presents itself. So as our previous day's low got triggered, we can see that we failed at the 50 level. Double zeros and 50, the pound loves to trade off of. Okay. Pound loves to trade off of double zeros and 50s. Okay. We get our previous day's low triggered on the news candle. Now we want to wait until after 3 a.m. Okay. 3 a.m. is here. 3 a.m. opens up, rejects our previous day's low, also rejecting off of our 50, giving us an engulfing candle at 3 a.m. And also, if you look at this, you have a morning star, a 3-bar pattern with this candle, and this candle. This is a 3-bar pattern. So you have a morning star, if you see it that way. And you have this engulfing candle at 3 a.m. for a long trade. All right. for a long trade opportunity. So we had our previous day's low was triggered. We got our engulfing. All right. Price is rejecting out off of the 50. Okay. Engulfing, Morningstar, trade. New York session. All right. New York session, you know what I mean? It gave you nothing. You had nothing during the New York session. So you had your low that was here. All right. And then you had your high. This was your high of the day still going into your New York session. So as you can see, we had major red news. Okay, you had major red news at 8:30. Major red news triggers your low. All right, also triggers our previous day's low. Okay, and it gives you this long, you know what I mean? You get this long wick, get a nice long wick. Now, depending on the trader, you know what I mean, after this, some traders might have taken this. Okay, some traders might have taken that, but I'm not taking that, all right, because I want to wait until after 9:30. So as you can see, we had major red news at 8:30, all right, 9:30, all right, they trigger our high, all right, they triggered a high at 9:30, so they hit stops on both sides, okay, I'm on the inside, all right, I want to wait on confirmation. They give you this bearish candle, all right, but I'm on the inside, even though I'm at the top part of my 100 pip box, I'm on the inside. There's no trade opportunity for me in New York session. That's, this was the best trade opportunity. It's more clear. So if it's not clear to you, then don't trade. All right. Now going into our next day. All right. Same thing. You want to mark off your high, mark off your low before the session opens up. So before our Europe London session opens, we had a high that was put in place here. Okay. And we had our low was right here at the open of the at the open. All right, so our low was right here before the session opens. Okay. Now, as you can see, where are we in that 100 pip box? Right, we're at the top part of our 100 pip box. So you can see during the Asian session, you can see that the market proceeded to push down, and they during the gap time they pushed the market back above our 100 pip box. All right, before our session opens. All right, they give us a false break of the 100 pip box because they broke out. Then they give us engulfing. All right, so now once our session opens, all right, we're looking for our previous day's high, previous day's low, current high, current low. We're looking for some type of trigger, okay, to get us inside of the market. But we're also paying attention to where we are inside of the 100 pip box. So as you can see, we're at the top part of our 100 pip box. Okay, we're at the top part of the 100 pip box. So as the Europe London session opens up, they open up with a nice 1, 2, 3, right? Right, this candle right here, 10:30. This is out. We're in that third hour. They give us this little rejection. All right, they did trigger our low, giving us a little rejection. All right, off of our low of the day, but we still need to wait on confirmation. And if you just pay attention to market structure, you can see that when the Asian session traded, all right, they went sideways. Then they put in a high, right? Then they came back and they put in a low. Okay, we put in this low. Gap time. They came back, they extended price even higher. Now we come into our Europe London window. We get a break of structure right here because this was our low. We get a break of structure, right? We get a break of structure. So now price is making a lower low, right? Our low got triggered here, but we're paying attention to market structure and also paying attention to where we are in outside of our 100 pip box. We're at the top part of our 100 pip box. Now our low got triggered, but we still need to wait on confirmation that we're going to go long. Okay, so our low got triggered. Next candle opens up, nothing. All right, next candle opens up. All right, this next candle opens up, gives us a tweezer. All right, gives us a nice tweezer top. Candle closed as a bearish candle. Okay, now we're coming on the outside of our 12 candle window, but paying attention to market structure. We had a break-in structure, all right? You could have had a trade opportunity, all right, on this candle, right? You had a tweezer top, or if you want to wait until this candle close outside of the 12 candle window, you could have entered into a trade here, and you could have held on to it during the New York session. But overall, no trade opportunity, all right? But if you understand market structure, you see what I'm talking about. But No trade opportunity based off of our high and our low of the day during the Europe London session. All right, now going into New York session, you want to do the same thing. Mark off your high, mark off your low. Here's our low before the session opens. And we had a high that was put in place. This is our high of the day. All right, and this was our low of the day. Now you can see that on the inside of our high and our low, price is making lower lows and lower highs on the inside. All right. We did have major red news at 8:30. So when the session opens up at 8, they give us an engulfing candle. 8:30, they continue with that downtrending move. All right, they continue with the downtrending move, triggering our previous day's low. But even though our low has got triggered, we still need to wait on confirmation to show us that it's going to go long. So we had our low of the day triggered, our previous day's low triggered. But paying attention to market structure, we're making lower lows and lower highs on the inside of our high. All right. On the inside of our high, current high today, current low, and we're making lower highs, lower lows, and lower highs on the inside of our previous day's high. All right. So you should be looking for a short trade opportunity. All right. So even though our previous day's low and our current low has been triggered, we still need to wait on bullish momentum to take a long trade. So we had this major red news at 8:30. All right. So at 9 a.m., price gives us a nice close below our 50 level. So at 9 a.m., once this price pulls back up above 50, I will be taking a short opportunity, guys, because I'm following market structure. Price is making lower lows and lower highs. All right. Lower lows and lower highs. I get an engulfing at 8:30. News continues with the trend. So as the news candle finishes, it gives us a nice pullback above the numbers for a short trade opportunity. Now going into Friday, you want to do the same thing. You want to mark off your high, mark off your low. Okay. Your low of the day was here before your London session opens. Okay. And your high was here. And here's our high. Okay. So now you can see that when the session opens, it triggers the high of the day, but we still need to wait on confirmation. Okay. We get a trigger, right? They continue to trigger. All right. We're on the inside. Equity hours right here. Equity hour opens up. All right. Third hour, they give us trying to entice you to go long, but we're waiting on confirmation. So we're not going with this move because we're waiting on confirmation. All right. So price extends beyond our current high of the day. All right. They extended all the way back up into our previous day's low. I mean our last week's low. All right. So it triggers, all right, triggers our last week low as well. We're still waiting on confirmation. All right. During that last hour of our 12 candle window, all right. During that last hour, we get this this bearish candle, all right. No pin hammer, no engulfing, but we did have no wick at the top of this candle. Okay, we have no wick, but we still need to wait on a candlestick pattern that we like to look for. Okay. So now next candle here, all right, next candle, you get a nice bearish candle and you had a short trade opportunity going into your gap time. So if you've been patient and you stayed with this trade, you did get your high of day trade set up, but it did happen outside of the 12 candle window. So you still had a trade opportunity that came all the way back to your previous day's low for about a 30 pip move. Okay, New York session, we didn't get anything, nothing inside of the New York session. So that was pound USD. Now let's go to pound JPY. All right. Pound JPY. All right. Doing the same thing. Europe and London session. I'm not doing the Asian session. Okay. So you want to mark off your high and mark off your low. This was our high of the day coming into the Europe London window. All right. And our low was here. Here was our low of the day before the session opens up. Okay. Now, as you can see, Asian session did give you a nice trade opportunity. Now coming into our Europe London window, we can see that our previous day's low, okay, last week's low, and our current low of the day has been triggered. So you get a nice 1, 2, 3 engulfing for a long trade opportunity. This is what we like to look for, something stress-free, easy to recognize trades. This is what we're looking for. Okay. This is what we're looking for. Low of the day was triggered. Previous day's low of the triggered. Last week low was triggered. Current low of the day was triggered. Session opens up with a nice 1, 2, 3, into our low, going 25 pips outside of our 100 pip box. Nice engulfing. All right. Nice engulfing candle. Closing back on the inside of the double zero. As this candle opens up, we want to get filled at the double zero or even lower. All right. So I typically like to wait for a 50% pullback, but this next candle did not give a 50% pullback. But as long as it came below the numbers, you could take your trade opportunity for a long trade back up for about 80 some pips. This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see, you guys. This is what we want to see. New York session gave you nothing. All right. Now, once again, mark off your high, mark off your low before the session opens going into Tuesday. All right. Here's our high. Okay. Where's my low of the day? This was my low of the day and also my session low. Okay. Europe session opens up. All right. Europe London session opens. All right. They trigger our high. Okay. Now our high got triggered. And our previous day, they nipped it a little bit. So it did get triggered. Okay. So it did get triggered. Right now we just want to wait on confirmation. All right. 3 a.m. Right here when the session opens, boom. Give you a nice engulfing. Now, depending on the time frame you're in, you probably had a better entry, but it's still cool. It's still cool. All right. Even though we're on the inside, but the trade setup is there, you guys. We got our previous day's high triggered. We got our current high triggered. All right. Equity hour opens up with an engulfing. You're in this trade above 50. All right. In the trade before 50. All right. And you have a 50 pip move. Monday, Tuesday. These are the trades that we want to see. This is clear cut, all right? Clear cut trade opportunities, clear cut trade setups, okay? So Monday and Tuesday gave you a nice move with GJ, all right? New York session, all right? Going into New York session, there was nothing there, okay? No need to even waste time. There's nothing there, God, nothing there. Now, once again, going into our Europe London window, you mark off your high, mark off your low. I have my high and I have my low. Now I think we did have some news out. Okay, I think we did have some major red news. Okay, so as you can see, when our session opens, our previous day's high got triggered. Okay, but we did have major red news at 2 a.m. All right, so major red news gives you this. They just go vertical. All right, it can give us this vertical bearish count. All right, so now they took out our low of the day, closing below the 50 level. All right, closing below 50. 3 a.m. All right, 3 a.m. They give us this engulfing candle. All right, give us an engulfing candle off of our low. Here's your trade. You have a nice trade opportunity. Here's your trade. Triggers our low of the day. All right, engulfing candle, trade opportunity. All right, if you look at it, you get 1, 2, 3 to your low. Even though our previous day's high would trigger, but we need to wait on major red news. All right, major red news happened at 2 a.m. So get a nice 1, 2, 3 to your low of the day, engulfing for a long trade opportunity. All right, for a long trade opportunity. Now going into the New York session, all right, you want to mark off your low and mark off your highs. Got a low that was, but this was your low of the day. And it's just like GU, this was your high of the day. Okay, that was your high of the day. New York session opens up, triggers our previous day's high. All right, but I think we had some major red news at 8:30 as well. All right, so it triggers our previous day's high. All right, then they extend price even higher. triggering our current high of the day. All right, so now you look, we're now entered into a new 100 pip box. All right, but as price continues, they give us no trade opportunity. Even though our previous day's high and our current high was triggered, they gave us no trade opportunity. All right, I'm going into the next day. Okay, Europe, London, you want to do the same thing. Where's your high? Where's your low? Here's your high. Here's your low. All right. So now, as you can see, when this session opens, we're at the top part of our 100 pip box and price is just accumulating inside of our higher and our low. Okay. It's just accumulating inside of our high and our low. Your London session trades. Okay. They come up. They almost trigger. They almost give us a trigger of our high. Now, price is not always going to hit your high or hit your low. It's not always going to happen that way. Okay. But as you can see, this price was accumulating. And if you just understand market structure, right? Understanding market structure and understand candlesticks, you can still have your trade opportunity. But our current high and current low wasn't triggered, all right, during the Europe London session. So no trade, all right. So no trade because we did not get a trigger, all right. We did not get a trigger of a high and a low, all right. But if you understand candlesticks and understand market structure, you did have a trade opportunity. But we're looking for our previous day's high, previous day's low, current high, current low to be triggered. So we got no trade opportunity there. All right. Now going into the New York session, you want to do the same thing. You want to mark off your high, mark off your low. So here's our low before the session opens. And this was still our high of the day. Okay. That was still our high of today. And we did have some major red news at 8:30. So just like with pound USD, you can see that at when the session opens, all right, it was accumulating. Then we had this breaker structure in the gap time, all right, giving us a lower low. And they pull back 8:30. 8:30 when the New York session opens up, they give us this engulfing, creating this lower high. All right. We had major red news at 8:30. All right. 8:30, they continue, all right, with the news. They continue, continue going short because you can see we had this breaker structure. All right, we had this breaker structure and prices making lower lows and lower highs on the inside. So it's on the inside of our previous day's high, our previous day's low. All right, and also on the inside of our current low and current high. All right, so if we get this nice engulfing at 8 a.m., 8:30, our news just continues in the short trade. All right. Our news continue with the short trade. So the next candle, you can take your entry because you're making lower lows and lower highs on the inside. All right. You get an engulfing candle at 8 a.m. All right. You just want to wait until after the news. News continues in the downward trend. All right. 9 a.m. You can take a short trade. All right. Take a short trade. This is what he calls a low hanging fruit. Continue with that trend. Even though you're at the low, you're continuing with the trend. Understanding market structure, you get a breaker structure. Prices making lower lows and lower highs on the inside. Wait until after news for the short trade opportunity. All right, 9 a.m. You was good to go for a 50 pip move. Okay, going into the next day. All right, going into our next day. Before our Europe London session opens up, you want to do the same thing. Where's your high? Where's your low? Here's my high. All right, and here's my low today. Okay, here's your high, here's your low today. Now, as you can see, when the Asian session begins to trade, Asian session was just accumulating. Then they broke out into this new 100 pip box. Okay, they put in this high, kind of went sideways, all right, but they were still trending this uptrending movement. Okay, still trending in the uptrend and moving. Now, if you understand market structure, guys, this is what I tell you guys, understand market structure. Okay, as you can see, that price broke out, right? It broke out into a new 100 pip box. Now, pay attention to the candles. Sellers are losing momentum at 8 a.m. I mean, 2 a.m. Excuse me, 2 a.m. You get this engulfing candle, right? You get this engulfing candle because price is still in an uptrending movement, all right? You get an engulfing, all right? 2:30, they continue with a bullish momentum candle. No wick at the bottom, all right? They trigger our high. Even though our high has been triggered, price is trending up, all right? Price is trending up. Now, me, I'm personally, I would have taken a trade here, all right? But now if you want to wait until after the equity hour, that's fine, all right? Equity hours here. They continue pushing price even higher, okay? So you had a long trade opportunity off of the high, okay? You had a long trade opportunity off of the high if you wanted to wait, or you could have got in here. Now, because price came and triggered our high, if you wanted to wait on the short trade opportunity, you can do that as well. But if you understand market structure and understand where you are inside of the 100 pip box, as you can see, when agent session puts in this low, it pushed price into a new 100 pip box. So now you're in your buy area. This is your buy zone of the 100 pip box. And just seeing how price action is moving, you get an engulfing. Boom. They continue pushing price even higher. Boom. They continue pushing price even higher, even at the equity out. All right. Boom. You get your quick long trade. For me, just seeing what agent session did, seeing that I'm getting all these rejections. I closed above last week's low. Okay. We broke above last week's low. I'm inside of my buy zone. I'm getting a pin hammer engulfing. You have a long trade opportunity. Okay. But if you don't understand that, which I encourage everybody to understand market structure, learn market structure. All right. That is key. Learning market structure and just learning some candlesticks, seeing how they are performing at certain levels at the 100 pip box. So as you can see that they continue to extend this price even higher, taking out our high of the day. All right, taking out the high of the day, but they still did not give us any confirmation for a short trade opportunity. All right, and where was all the money? Here was all of the money. Okay, here was all of the money. You had this box. Here was all of the money. Okay, all the money was sitting there. All right, so just paying attention. You have to have some other arsenals. All right, have some other arsenals. All right. And as you can see, they continue to push his price higher. All right. Like I say, if you did not understand this market structure, that's fine. It is fine. Okay. It is fine. So as they take out the previous days, as they take out the high of the day, okay, they continue to extend this price even higher. All right. So now you're at that top part of your 100 pip box. So now we're at that selling area. Okay. For my people that like to go short. All right. Here's your opportunity. All right. So as they extend price higher, all right. Now we're in that last hour of the 12 candle window. You get this tweezer top. Okay. Here's your trade opportunity above the numbers. All right. That was your trade opportunity outside of the 12 candle window. Now the New York session didn't give you anything. Didn't get anything during the New York session. So that was the recap of pound USD and pound JPY based off of the way that I trade. So if you got any value from this video, man, just let me know. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. All right. And like always, work hard, stay disciplined, and be patient, and your time will come. Peace and love. Have a good one, family.